Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, The Final Nights, etc., etc. And so, as we can see here, I lied to everyone, haha. As a Setite, perhaps you should have expected it from me, but, no, I, simmered down a little bit, and I decided actually to play this bit completely off camera, because, I was just curious if I could beat it just for myself. And, I'm glad I got to record, the results, as you can see here, because as I sort of remembered, there is a back entrance to the Society of Leopold base. However, I'm not going to delete the previous episode. I'm going to leave it up as unaltered. And the reason I want to do this is because it's an honest reaction to this mod and what it's done. So, I really wanted to sort of focus on this point because I've played this game about 8 times, I think, played through. I've finished it about 8 times with different mods, and I think this may be the first mod that has ever made me consider just stopping a run early, because it's genuinely just so tedious and so little fun. I know I sound really cruel when I say this, but like, I gotta give my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is that this is pretty much just a straight-up downgrade from the base game, quite frankly. It reminds me of when you have, like, a really stingy GM in, like, the tabletop game, where, I don't know, let me just say that if any GM had the goal, or storyteller, whatever, if any storyteller had the goal to look me in the eye after I had, like, taken down a fucking were-shark, or a Zemitzi Elder, or whatever, and they had the goal to go 2 XP, that's fine. Yeah, let's just say they wouldn't be my GM for much longer, okay? Like, no gaming is better than bad gaming. So, yeah, I don't know what really possessed them to make this mod the way it is, but I think really the primary problem is that the XP is just so ridiculously low. And it really all ties back to that. Like, every other bad thing that I can think of in this mod would be remedied if they just gave you a bit more XP. Because, and lowered the costs for XP. Because I don't know what the decision was to skill gate some quests, and you can't, like, finish them without certain skills, but that's just another point sink. And the humanity system, quite frankly, is a complete joke. I would not ever play in a vampire game that enforced humanity lost whenever you see death. That is and it's just another point sink. It's just there to punish the player. Almost every change in this mod really is just there to pointlessly annoy the player. And even the discipline costs. The base game has it at 5 XP. That's what the tabletop game has it as. So I don't know why, basically almost everything seems to be out of plan. Like, I really don't even feel like I'm playing a Setite very much. I feel like I'm playing a Thin Blood who happened to manifest Serpentis. Thankfully I'm a very badass Thin Blood, so, you know, as it goes, but, yeah, no, it's not fun. And so yeah, I can't really recommend it. I know there's a lot of people. I know there's an extreme mod out there that makes it even more difficult or something, but and I know a lot of people like this mod, so I'm sure a lot of people will be, you know, upset by that. But like, I really did try to like this. I really did. Like, look at my early videos if you don't believe me. I tried really hard to like this, because I really like the followers of Set, and I love this game. This game is fantastic. Except for the combat. The combat's terrible, and it's like universally agreed to be terrible. So, yeah, this mod again made the combat even more unforgiving because somebody looked at this game and decided, hey, this should be harder. That's what it's missing. But yeah, no. In my opinion, they focused their efforts on completely the wrong thing. They focused it on balance and fixing something that isn't broke, and not adding any new content, which people were really would probably. I would say the target audience probably wants more story content, right? Like as part of this target audience. The reason I like Clan Quest and the reason I keep going on about Clan Quest is there's so much story content. It changes very little of the base mechanics. It doesn't even let you play alternate clans. You have to pick from the 7 Camarilla clans, same as the base game. But the difference is it's got so much more story content. Like, it adds a different hub, it adds more NPCs, it adds different quest lines, it adds a different ending. None of that is here. Like, I give credit to the makers for, you know, trying to do something different, but, like, I feel like they went out of their way to make everything else just, like, ludicrously harder. Because, I don't know, they felt like they were breaking it or something. I have no idea. I really don't. I don't understand the thought process that went into this. So yeah, anyway, that's my rant. Sorry about that, but, yes, we will be finishing this playthrough, because, as annoying as this, as extremely unfun and a slog as this has been, the base game of Bloodlines deserves to be finished, I think. And you know, I've grown a little bit fond of Khalid here. As I said, I'm a big fan of followers of Set. I think they're really cool. Definitely top 5 favorite clans. So, I would not wish to dishonor Sutek by, giving in to adversity, which, this mod has quite a lot of, as it were. So yeah, here's the Society of Leopold base. This level, I'll be honest, isn't the most. I'm not sure why I think I accidentally hit the console there. But, yeah, this, and don't worry, trust me, if I was cheating, I would put it straight on camera. I am so run out of patience with that. But I have not, for the record, because it's a challenge from Sutek. It's adversity, and we will overcome adversity, my congregation. Now, so yeah, the Society of Leopold base, pretty much more of the same hunters that we've been fighting. It's nothing really spectacular, except when they somehow shoot me through the walls, like they did just there. I suppose true faith is quite a drug. Another thing here is that guns, they just do so much damage in this, and that's not even through the tabletop game. Like, in the tabletop game, vampires have a thing called soak, where, if you're a vampire, you can roll to soak, anything other than, like, fire or sunlight. So what that basically means is, like, you can roll to, resist damage from things that aren't, you know, anathema to you. So, translation, person fires at you a couple times with, like, you know, a 38, it's not gonna stop most vampires, because that's really lame. I don't know how else to explain it, you know? Yeah, vampires aren't quite as much like bitches as this mod kind of makes them out to be. And, like, yeah, no, I agree, the healing thing in the base game, it does make it a bit easy, but, like, you know what makes it difficult? The fact that the game is so goddamn janky, and, like, I don't know. Increasing the difficulty was not the play, my friend. Alright, so over here is another excellent example of just, the results of this design, because, yeah, I'm a combat character. I expect everything into combat, bull, and me, and Serpentis, thank you. And I've cut out some of the extraneous and boring parts. Trust me, this video was about twice the length before I cut out all the unnecessary deaths. But here I am, plinking away pathetically with a gun with 0 points in range, by the way. 0 points. I'm just manually aiming it because I played Quake as a child and I can fire in FPSs with a mouse. But, yeah, no, this took a while. A long-ass while. Because, yeah, these guys are apparently fucking bulletproof and can... Oh, you see exactly what I was talking about, the soak feature. These guys have it, apparently. I don't. I'm just a vampire, like... You know, I don't deserve to be able to soak bullets like that. Fortunately, our blood heal is getting a little bit better. It really, sorry, I know I keep comparing it to this, but like, there was a thing, yeah, it really reminds me of the adaptability stat in Dark Souls 2, if anyone remembers that, where you had to, like, level up to get the basic roll that you would get in number 1, and that was the thing that everyone hated. And that's what this feels like. The blood heal is shit, so you have to sink more XP into getting it. And by the way, like, I'm not, like, a complete idiot. I understand that, like, I've been playing this in a pretty suboptimal way. And that's... yeah, that's on me, because I didn't really realize, you know, how much of a clusterfuck it was gonna be. But here's the thing, right? Like, everything that I've done in the game, at least, has been, you know, I've been trying to roleplay a character, essentially. I've been trying to, like, make choices in character as opposed to, like, what would be objectively the most efficient path. And I would imagine, just off the top of my head, the most efficient path to play this mod would be to just say, fuck combat. No skills in combat, just put everything into, like, research and haggle and, yeah, research and haggle, pretty much, and, so you get, like, real XP, and, not real XP, real money, and you can then buy all the skill books and get all the other points you need for free. I know that's probably the most efficient way to play it, but that's just not how I like to play video games, so, you know, and here's the thing, like, the mark of a good RPG for me, like Dark Souls, because we've already mentioned it, like Elden Ring, like, fuck, even like, you know, Skyrim and Elder Scrolls and all of that, is that you can pretty much beat them no matter what you're playing, right? Whereas this really feels like the game developer, or whoever made the mod, yeah, I think it's Zeromorph, or yeah, I think that's him. But anyway, whoever made the mod really wants you to play this in just a very specific way, and if you don't play that way, you just get punished for, I don't know, just for like some really ridiculous shit. Sorry, I can't really talk too much more about the Society of Leopold, but like, I think they're probably one of the more uninspired levels, to be completely honest. They're foreshadowed, but there's nothing that's really, like, new about them, if that makes sense. Like, in terms of, like, pacing for the game. They're just the same, hunters that we've been fighting for the entire game, except they've got fucking ridiculous guns. They've all got bolters from 40k, according to this mod. But other than that, yeah, they're pretty much the same, so there's really not much for me to, like, talk about, other than, I don't know, how they got a castle on the beach of, Santa Monica or Los Angeles or wherever we are, like, that seems a bit silly. I don't know. But, you know, not that much more silly than anything else, so, I like these guys in terms of, like, what hunters are in the game, I suppose. As you know, I'm not a big fan of V5, and not to turn this into another different session, but I just don't really like the Second Inquisition very much. Like, I think for me that is like, yeah, the Masquerade's done. You know, if you've got like a government fucking organization that's dedicated to like hunting you, like, There's no fucking Masquerade. Like, and like the Tremere take like a gigantic L. Sorry, I get my flamethrower out because I'm just annoyed, and it's just funny. But yeah, they somehow like kill the entire Tremere inner council, and I have no idea how that would be remotely possible. But you know, anything's possible with the power of retcons. Alright, so here I am, plinking away, 0 range, so I'm barely doing any damage. Well, actually, no, let me take that back. I'm barely hitting, but these guns are doing a lot of damage. It's just that a lot of damage is a very subjective term, you see. 20 damage for me is, like, half my health bar. 20 damage for them is a light scratch, you know, because they are human. They have no ability to, you know, resist bullets. But here we are. That guy just took a fucking flamethrower blast to the face like a champ and is ready to go again. Because they're normal humans. Sorry, no, they've got a lot of faith. That clearly makes up for it. So yeah, no, we're continuing this playthrough. I am going to try and beat it. Just for the sake of, just for your sake, quite honestly, because, a couple people watch these, I think. Not a lot, but a couple, and I do appreciate it. I just want it known that I really do appreciate you coming along this journey with me. So I think I owe it to you guys to finish it. And you know what? I think that we owe it to Khalid to finish it as well, because before we go over to Clan Quest Mod and I teach you the ways of these Cainite heathens, I want us to appreciate a little bit more of the Setite experience. So, here we are. Those guys are pretty much cleared off. And yeah, I've named it Riveting Gameplay. Wow, I was not in a good mood. There's something very, like, Kill Bill about, I don't know, shotgun fight on the stairs. Just kind of the vibe I like. But yeah, no, so, we messed around with the AI a little bit here to just, as you can see, abuse it slightly. But, you know, needs must, when it comes to this. I'll be real, I'm not looking forward to the boss fight with, Grunfeld Bach, who will be waiting for us at the bottom of this facility. That's really not gonna be fun. But I believe in us, and like I told Mitnick, with the power of Set, anything is possible, so jot that down. Alright. So, yep, here we go. Little secret entrance to the bottom of the Leopold base. This is almost a solid little puzzle. I suppose, it's kind of made a bit obvious by the hand icon. There you go. But, you know, it's a neat idea. I like it. And now we go into the elaborate underground base. I really wonder where this, castle even came from. You know, like, did they find it like this, or did they somehow build this? Like, these guys must have more money than, like, fucking Bond villains. Alright, so... And here we encounter more friendly neighborhood gun enthusiasts. Yep. And I'm gonna be plinking at them. Here we go. I don't know why I'm using a shotgun though. Ah, there we are. I think we're switching to something a little bit more specific. So yeah, we're gonna descend down here, and don't worry, we're not done with the these wonderful people yet. There's still another large gauntlet to go through. But with the power of Sutek and your belief, dear viewer, I believe we can do this. And yep, here I am, waiting for my health to regenerate. Holy crap. Yeah, I may have to... Nah, you know what, we won't cut this. Alright, just have a taste of, you know, how annoying this is. Like, look at that. Like, that took out a third of my health bar. That's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, I'm not saying that guns should be nothing, just to be clear, especially guns that hunters use, because obviously they pick out higher calibers that let them, you know, do that to vampires, but, yeah, there's a fine line between realism and, like, you're basically playing an anemic goth, not a vampire, you know? Like, on some level, I don't care how seriously you want to take the game, Vampire is a power fantasy. Like, there's no real way of getting around it. It's one of the reasons, like, we like them. So, yeah. So at this point, I kind of decided to continue the Let's Play. Here I am trying to pick up a sniper rifle, because we'll probably need that for Bach, let's be real. But yeah. And then I decided to do this voiceover. So thank you again for your patience, dear viewer. Thank you again for listening to me babble on and complain. And keep an eye out, because the adventures of LA's worst Setite have not yet ended.